Bro, something happened to me today that was so crazy. Like, not that crazy, but
Okay.
like the odds. Like I was just so mad. And you want me to share?
Just
Want
do
it to
it
be the
now. I
open?
need to know. I need to know like
So
immediately what
I'm
happened.
working. We're,
Okay.
we're pulling into the community we're going into, and then we get a call from our boss, and he's like, "Actually, can you backtrack to Port Charlotte and double check because the coping guys are saying the coping's not on site." So we're driving back. Our windows are down. I
Mhm.
hear this like that, right? And I'm like,
Okay.
"Ooh!" But before I can even process the sound fully,
Yeah.
suddenly there's this burning, like someone just super fast punched the back of my neck, super concentrated,
Oh,
and it hurt so bad. And I was like, what the? And so my mind is like registering,
yeah.
okay, obviously something flicked into the
Yeah.
truck, ricocheted off the rearview mirror, and hit me in the back of the neck somehow. Dude,
What?
it was a freaking yellow jacket. And that sucker was traveling at us. So we're adding its speed to 60 miles per hour, ricocheting and like gaining momentum and hitting the back of my neck. And I'm like, oh, he must have just hit me so hard that it hurts.
Yeah.
No, that son of a bitch aimed and stung me too,
That was
all
a
at the same.
pure assassination attempt.
Dude,
That's
it really
insane,
was. It was
dude. Oh my
crazy,
God.
dude.
That's
And
nuts.
so
No,
and I'm like, so I was like looking for whatever hit me.
yeah, yeah.
Obviously, I found out it was a yellow jacket, but I look down and I see that little sucker like clinging, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no. I finished the job because yellow jackets are so aggressive. I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna fly up
It's
and
gonna come
sting
back
me
for
again.
seconds. Yeah, yeah.
Because I like even looked it up. I'm like, and like yellow jackets can bite down and sting you thousands of times if they want. They don't lose their stingers. So,
Dude, that's nuts. I didn't know
dude,
that.
I just couldn't. The odds of something like ricocheting off the mirror, because obviously it was flying head on at us,
Yeah.
but it ricocheted off the freaking rearview mirror and then must have bounced off the back of the seat and then because it hit the back of my neck.
What
So
the
like,
heck?
what the heck
Dude, I feel like
happened?
we're on to something because nature's trying to take you out.
Nature was trying to take me
Yeah,
out.
it's a so if you want to stay tuned for the rest of our issues since Steven survived, hopefully we got something done this week. Let's start the show. Hello, welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Survive Card.
Every week, my best friend Stevie's survival card and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues, obstacles, and assassination attempts that are thrust upon us in this weird world in order to get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a supernatural superhero culty comedy comic called Deathless. I feel like it's been
Yes.
a while since like I've naturally been able to say that because like we weren't
Mm.
working on it for a bit. Now we're back, baby. We're
Back,
working on it.
baby.
Dude, oh my God. So we have a lot going on. If you're joining for the first time, we have been trying to make comic books for the past like billion years together. We've been best friends
Billion.
since high school, and things haven't always gone great. Recently we've been trying to like just we're doing our best. We're rolling with the punches, as it were. We're trying to like learn from our mistakes, and we're moving forward. If you've ever had any sort of creative endeavor or tried to make anything at all and like make any progress in any sort of endeavor, you know what it's like to just feel like you're not only like are there too many pots boiling, but like your hands are in all the pots and also you're
Hmm.
them and also they're burning you, and why is my skin on fire and who am I when it's going on? I can't breathe. So that's what we've been going through for the past several years, but we're getting, I think, better at this, Stephen, because dude, we're on issue 4. We're making a lot of progress. You're doing amazing now. So like, what did you want to get done this week?
As always, I want to get to. I only successfully finished page 8 though, but I did finish page 8. So,
Pidget. Pidget is finished.
and page 8 had nothing to it yet. You know, it was a fresh start and everything. And
Yeah.
this was Tina's birthday week. So, this
Yeah.
past week.
If you're just joining, we're working on our book Deathless. It is a supernatural superhero culty comedy comic. It is a D&D inspired comedy book for people who love laughing and joy and also struggle with with sociability and being
Mhm.
like it's really about how your friends kind of change over time and how those relationships, how to navigate those relationships when they get superpowers and become monsters and try to take over the world. Um, but it's very relatable, is what I'm saying. But yeah, Steven, I totally failed this week. I had so much stuff going on with work and just like in general, I was just exhausted from everything. And I,
Turns out that you couldn't have done anything anyway, because when I went to upload page 8 today, I realized that page 7 nor the cover were added to the shared
Oh, so it
shared
looks like
thing.
Steven
So it
failed
was
me.
actually my fault. It wasn't
Okay.
even your fault. It wasn't even
Throwing
there for
Steven
you
under
to.
the bus. So this is a little segment I like to call Steven tastes the wheels of the bus. The wheels
It
of the
is
bus is on the
entirely.
sheet now. No,
As
I
long
would.
as there are no yellow jackets flying into this damn bus, I think
The
I'll be
whole bus
okay.
is a yellow jacket. It's just like the Magic School Bus
Oh
with a
my god.
stinger.
It inverts into itself to like sting me, but crushes me because it's inverting. Like, what are you doing, yellow jacket bus?
Oh my God. Autobots roll out. Oh,
So,
what are you doing? What are you doing? Stinging Steven, obviously. But dude, I didn't get anything done this week. What I did get done is, dude, I've been almost like solely focused on the fact that my first novel's coming out literally tomorrow, which is today,
it's so
according to
awesome.
like if you're watching this right now, my book is out in the world. My freaking like this thing that look at this. It's a dude, I can't wrap my mind around it. The fact that it's like actually
Mhm.
going out into the world and like people are going
It's
to love
super
it.
exciting, dude.
It really is, and it's nuts, and it kind of like it makes me feel like it's just it's very weird. It is a little scary because like as much as I've always been a person who's just like I don't really care about other people's opinions. I also don't want people to hate my book. You know what I mean? Like I'm also
Hmm.
like I hope it finds an audience and people like connect with it in some way and enjoy it.
Enjoy
Like
it. Yeah.
how did you feel when we first started actually publishing comics for the first time? Like when we made Play It Again and then we started actually making things and putting it out in the world and people were seeing your art for the first time, like and
Yeah.
reading
And
them.
like especially with Play It Again, I didn't feel like a lot of my line work was super tight. So it was nerve-wracking, but it Play It Again was so well received that I think leading up to releasing it, I was nervous. But on
Right.
the same token, it was such a long book and there were so many pages in it that I'm like, okay, it was just like the relief of actually releasing it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because
that's
it was
true.
like it was such like a, it was such a heavy book. There's so
Yeah.
many pages and I
You're
mean,
telling me.
content-wise, it was so
It
heavy.
was
Yeah.
yeah, it was heavy for both of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we really if you don't know what we're talking about, our very first attempt at like going strong and doing our best at like making a comic, we came back together and we were like, let's try this one more time as adults with families and all this stuff. And we I wrote a book based on the most heartbreaking breakup that I've experienced in my life, and kind of combined it with this supernatural time travel element. And I pitched it to Steven, and we made this graphic novella together, and it was like it was really hard to write, and it was really hard for Steven to draw my face 4 billion times, and
And
it
I
was
was still doing pencils and boards at that point
yeah.
too. So it was just
Yeah, it was an endeavor, dude. And like I mean, we did it. We pulled it off. We like actually did it. We put it out into the world. We launched a Kickstarter, and people showed up for it, and like it did really well on Amazon. We were the number one new release and all this stuff, and people actually like loved the book. So like
so much
it's,
so that they've ripped the idea and have used it in movies
it's so
that are
true.
very similar to Play It Again. It's really crazy.
Not fair, Steven. God. Do you know how little you have to pay me to write any movie? Like
Dude, like
literally I will do it for $20 an hour. You just if you like listen, right now, if you own Gremlins, come talk to me. If you want me to write the next Bill and Ted movie, just come talk to me. I'll do it for like nothing. $20 an hour. Like not it's like nothing. I don't
it's
even get the job. It's not a problem. I want to do this. But yeah, you don't think I would adapt our graphic novella for basically nothing just to see it on screen? That would be so cool. If you ever read Deathless and you're like, oh, this is a fun, weird, funny story that would make a great TV show, which I think it would, right? I mean, I feel like
Mhm.
it would make a cool series. I will write that for freaking peanuts, like literally peanut. If
Just give
you,
us like a 5% at the end of it all or
oh,
something.
that would
Or
be
like
nice.
a
Yeah,
you know,
Steven's more businessy than I am. I'm willing. I just want to see it happen. Okay, I'm
or
like,
just let us continue to make stuff so we don't like we can maintain a
that would be
similar lifestyle, maybe a little better,
nice.
similar to a little better lifestyle than what we have now, and we
Yeah,
can just focus on that. That's
that'd
what
be
we're
great.
asking Hollywood.
But
Reach
yeah,
out
so
to us.
yeah, so we made this graphic novella, and it was thankfully well received, and it was weird. Like it was really interesting for me to experience that for the first time, where people were actually reading the thing that I wrote. And I was like, oh crap, like there's an audience and they have opinions and oh, I have to hear them. And it's very strange. Thankfully, the majority of them were overwhelmingly positive, and I'm very thankful for that.
Except for the review bomb era of like 2023.
Yeah,
What year was it? It was a
yeah.
weird era.
The internet's a silly place. Like every once in a while, if you're on social media, you'll cross someone who's just like, I don't like the way you're breathing, and it's like, I'm not gonna stop, sir and or ma'am, or whatever. And it's just, yeah, it's a joke. And yeah, we were review bombed. That's why if you go look at Play It Again, it still has really good reviews, generally speaking, but it has like something like 6 1-star ratings with no reviews, just
And we
because.
know exactly who they're from. They're from the
It was a
same
joke.
place.
I'm, it's funny. I'm putting this book out. It's out right now. If you're watching this, I mean, it's another very personal breakup story. It's a story about connecting with people and realizing people, when the connection's not working and who people are and how you see each other and how sometimes you see someone as a monster and they're not, and sometimes they see you as a monster even though you're not. So yeah, it's all about perspective and coming to terms with who you really are and who, everyone really is in your life and who they are to you and to themselves. While also being the most absurd, ridiculous, silliest, disgusting, hopefully hilarious book that I've ever read.
Is the Clancy character in that story?
Yes, but he's my favorite character. But in this, his name is Terry.
Yeah, yeah, it's Terry now, but I'm just calling him what we used to call him way back when.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I always just write this character who's just basically a stand-in for every joke I want to make. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
people are gonna make fun of me if I make this joke, but he can make this joke, and people will, like other characters will make fun of him, but I'm gonna get to say this thing. So
Yep,
yeah, he's in the book, and I think he's very funny. And so far all the beta readers like really enjoyed it, and they've said only positive things. So I'm
that's
looking
amazing.
forward. I really hope people like it, dude. If you're interested and you want to see what this weird monstery breakup book is all about, I'll post the links below. Please go check it out. We've also been doing like giveaways because I have author copies around that I'm like happy to give away to anyone watching this because we're really thankful for all of you. Otherwise, Steven, I just okay. I didn't do great this week. My book's coming out. I'm very excited for it. I also just learned something right before we started recording that's like kind of like spiraling, like it's blowing my mind a little bit, right? Do you know who Zach Baggins is?
Is he related to Bilbo?
In a way,
Possibly Frodo.
in the way that they both go on long unnecessary journeys. No, no. But Zach Baggins it goes on adventures, but they're ghost adventures, Stephen. He's the
Oh, wait,
he's
are you
the
talking about like the Dude Bro Ghost
you
Adventures,
bro, ghost
Zach?
adventure guy. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it touching my ass, bro? Yeah, that guy? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
So, dude, I learned something today. I learned something today. In 2011, okay,
Hmm.
there,
Crazy to think that was 14 years ago.
Stephen, it couldn't have possibly been 14 years ago because that would mean that I'm old,
Yeah,
and that's
dude,
just
dude, we were
not
already feeling old in 2011. What's
2011.
happening? I was already no longer a young lad in 2011. I
It's
was
so
already
true.
in my
Oh,
20s,
oh, it's so true
mid
and so
20s.
weird. Um, Aging is weird, right? Wait, hang on. Let me put a pin in this Zach Baggins like ghost situation. Stephen, aging is weird, okay? Because especially when you're someone who's like kind of like high strung, a little anxious, and like already insecure. And then it's like as you're aging, it's like, oh my God, all that stuff that I was saying about myself is definitely true now if it wasn't before.
Yeah. Like
Crap.
I have so little things that I love about myself, and those things being taken away from me. Like
Right?
I've accepted 1,000 ways how I am not a Brad Pitt or like a
Yes.
very super attractive man. However, there were things that I was like, these things are really cool, and I'm losing those
Losing
things.
these freaking things. No, it sucks. It's so weird. And I know people are like, oh, world's smallest violin, but like, whatever. This is a podcast about issues that humans have as
Mhm.
individuals. And like, that's what we go through. And I think it's really interesting that like no one talks about it. And it's, especially like guys of our age where it's like, you see the men who are like balding, but they hide it with a hat or like they shave or whatever it may be. There's a comb over. Some people do like hair plugs and all this stuff. But it's like we don't talk about it. It just happens. And then
Mhm.
once that happens to people, they're not interesting anymore. Like they're invisible to society.
Mhm.
Now we're gonna talk. They're just not part of it. I'm sorry.
The
You're
cool, the cool, the cool, the cool new gens are in now.
yeah. It's It's very interesting, and it's strange, and it's uncomfortable to be among them and be like, "Ooh, good." I'm in this like weird limbo where it's like I no longer feel, and I know I get it. Like if you're watching this right now and you're in your 50s or 60s and you're just like, "Ugh, you'll see what old." You're wrong. It's like it's like this all the time. Like
This boat,
everyone.
I am progressing to the boat you're currently on. I'm on
Yeah.
the boat you were
I'm
on at one
also
point too.
feeling these waves, and I understand, yeah, they splash you more where you are in the ocean at the moment, but like I'm still getting, freaking salt water in my mouth, and it's not great. There are sharks, and I know they're coming after me. Um, but it's interesting to kind of like tread these waters, and I don't feel terrible, like I don't like when I look at myself, I'm not like, oh, I'm like the ugliest person in the world and I should die or whatever. I'm not like that bad. Like I mean, I've gone through that like various times in my life, but like I am at the point, Steven, where every once in a while I'll be in like a certain bathroom and I'm like, oh yeah, I have no hair left. This is crazy. And like the light will hit me a certain way and I'm like, I'm just completely bald. And then I look at it like, and then I'll be in a different room and I'm like, I have so much hair. I'm like, I don't understand it. Tina, Steven's wife's name is Tina. She's one of my best friends. Obviously, Steven's also fond of her. Um, but
She's I. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
She's literally the love of my life, and my best friend. So,
that's right. But dude, Tina said like last time we hung out, she's like, you guys just need to stop looking at mirrors. And I'm like, you're right. You're not wrong
well,
because
because I've been plaguing her lately and like, I know I'm seeing it, but like, I'm getting
yeah,
like the slight recessions and stuff like that in my hairline, and I'm just like losing it. And she's like, you're so crazy. Look at mine, and like, it is true. Like, I don't judge people's hairlines to the extent I judge my own.
of
And I
course,
know people are probably looking at my
of
hair right now
course.
and think I'm absolutely crazy for even suggesting
No,
anything with
no,
hair.
Stephen, wait,
You
pause.
know,
I don't like that though. I think that's what stops us from like actually healing and getting over these insecurities is the fact that we can't even talk about them for fear of like offending or upsetting or just like
well, it's just because I know someone's much further
there's
progressed than I am, and I
always
obviously have I
and
have plenty of hair,
that's
but
the
it's
frustrating
not.
thing about
It
being
doesn't look like it did 2 years ago, and it bothers
exactly.
me.
That's one of the most frustrating things about being human is like you want to talk about the things that bother you that are that you're suffering through no matter how seemingly insignificant to everyone else. And like the truth is it's one of those situations where it's like, oh well, if your boat could see my waves and you'd crash on the shore and blah blah blah. But like no, like everyone's boat can take only so much, and it's whatever that they're given. You don't understand that Stevens waves are made of acid. Like you don't know what other depths are occurring at the same time, so, simultaneously and all that. But so I don't know. So it's frustrating because we're not allowed to talk about it, and of course, people ridicule you if they're further along in that particular journey, whatever it may be. Would be it
Hmm.
balding, be
Well,
it
yes, and I need to be thankful anyway because
and
I am 38 years old, and there
yes,
are men from our generation who were thinning at 20. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, I've had a good run. I'll probably never fully be bald. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I can tell the way my front hair lays now. It just lays different, and I don't like it. But then,
I
like
love
Tina
you
was
so
showing
much.
me,
So I love
it's
you
just
so much.
funny.
So if you watch our podcast last week, you'll see I have this little thing in front of my hair right here that like
Mm-hmm.
becomes soft and just like does this like flaccid, like awkward, not in a cool like Clark Kent way, in a I don't think I want to be on your forehead anymore sort of way. And I'm like, no, you live here with me forever.
You
And
join
it,
me, brother.
yeah, and it's so funny because I know exactly what you're talking about, and I know that like there are a lot of people listening who are like, "Oh, that sounds stupid," but I'm sure you relate in some way. I'm sure in some way you sit up and you're like, "Ooh, my knee does this thing a little," and I feel like that could, if you have the awareness of your body, you're like, "Ah, crap, I wasn't doing that before," and
Hmm.
it's like the most human and most Superman we can be because we're super aware of these little changes in our bodies and we're just like, oh gosh, my knees are 2% different now, and that's weird and a little frightening if you consider what it could mean. The slippery
Hmm.
slope of mortality. You
We
know,
really messed up when we like developed society to the point where we can live. I really, my frame was meant to die in a battle of in the battle with like a mammoth at
You
27.
were,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I was meant to
100%.
die
You were supposed
then.
to end up in
Full
Valhalla
head of
for
hair,
sure. Are you
full
kidding?
bearded hair, just ravaging and attacking this mammoth, and it bested me. That's how I was supposed to die.
Yeah, I mean, you would have been essentially a demigod. Like people would have like sung songs of your tale, like of your heroic journey. But yeah, it's nuts, dude. We're all on this weird adventure, and eventually we become ghosts. Anyway, back to what we were talking about, Steven.
Zach Baggins has something to say. Did you touch my ass, bro?
So okay, dude. So in 2011, there was this house in Gary, Indiana, that was supposedly having these weird occurrences. Okay, this family moved in, and it was a woman and her older mom, and then the three children, and they began to experience weird things. There were like wet footprints and like just like creepy things happening. And of course, you can explain things away, like maybe the wet footprints were like one of the kids snuck outside and he lied, and like I don't know, maybe. But then there were more
It's still,
things.
I mean, like, dude, it would
Oh yeah,
take so little to convince me. If I moved into a house and like just one or two things happening would be plenty of enough evidence for me and I'd
oh
be
yeah,
out of
yeah,
there.
yeah. I mean, there are either like ghost-sized spiders here or spider-sized ghosts, and I'm out of here. I don't care
Yeah.
which one it is. I'm not like I can't
If
bust
it's an
that,
animal responsible, I don't want to be here either. I'm just
right?
done with
Yeah.
whatever spirit or creature is inside this home.
So can you imagine if like we completely confirmed ghosts and like but instead of Ghostbusters, I mean Ghostbusters are essentially like exterminators. So do you think they would just also take on like ghosts? Like they're like, yeah, we get spiders, roaches, ghosts, spirit
We
expendable.
got all the stuff
Like
to take care of everything. I mean, you got to be prepared, right?
you
You
gotta be
never know what
prepared.
goes wrong in the night. You
I
know what I
have
mean?
all the goops, all the all the gadgets. I just,
Silver bullets just in the
just
odd
in case,
one off chance.
depending on the time of year,
I
time
actually
of
have a
month.
list of all the skinwalkers' first names so I can call them out when they are present. And I don't know if that's actually their weakness.
I
I'm
do
just
like the
assuming.
idea that it would be like someone who has like Wiccan like witch blood, and they would be an hexterminator, Steven.
Exterminator. I like it.
It's a hexterminator. It's someone it's clearly a witch who goes around like exterminating monsters. Which how isn't that a thing already,
And they're
Steven?
like, Hextermination, baby. And they just like start like slinging like like raid spells. Like they're like, it's like raid brand, but like when they throw it, it like bursts and it's like magical, but also deadly to insects, you know?
Vamps check in, they don't check out. So this family began experiencing these odd events, right? And there was this kind of like black ooze, like melting off of the blinds in their house. Yeah, like suddenly, and they're just like, I don't know what this is, and they'd clean it, and it would like come back, and they're like, all right, maybe there's like a pipe, and they're looking, but there's nothing, right? So they're like, what is this? And they began hearing noises and like growls and all kinds of things. The mom, and I will say this, I'm a skeptic person. I've always been, but I am
Mm.
fascinated by these stories. Like when I read things like this, I want everyone to know when I read things like this, I don't jump to, oh my God, it's definitely true. Ghosts are real and demons are real and all this stuff. I just think this is an interesting experience that has certain witnesses that make it more fascinating because they have a certain level of credibility that I can appreciate. And
Hmm.
I'm going to get to that point.
There
But I
is something going on here that I can't explain right off
yes.
rip. And then even if I get an explanation, it'll still probably be crazy, but not maybe out of the realm of possibility.
Right. I mean, like, I'm not saying like a situation like I will tell you what happens in the story. And, like you'll understand why I'm sharing
And
it.
this is a true story, right?
Yes, this is a true story. I'm not like
True
pitching
story.
anything. It's a true story. Yeah. As far as we know, these are the events as they've been told by numerous people who witnessed these events. Um, but you'll see why. I mean, it could all be staged. It could somehow be like what was that Terry Gilliam movie, the Brothers Grimm. It could be like that sort of thing where they're like they're ghosts. But from what I've read, this woman, her name was Latoya Ammons, I think. Let me look. Ammons. This woman, her name was Latoya Ammons. And she seemed to legitimately believe in all of these things with her whole chest. You know what I mean? Like she was someone who like sought out spiritual guidance and all this, but she was also a very woman of faith, and she was a
Mm.
very strong religious person. Dude, this woman uh goes to like a priest and she talks to them and gets them to come to the house and all this, and they're like, yeah, there's something in this house. I'm gonna try to exercise this whatever it is, the spirit. and they too they do this, and they say like there was some resistance, there was growling,
Like
and like
opposing forces and
there
like
were, there was clearly something happening that was visible to everyone in the house, which of course my first thought is like it was 2011. I had cameras all over the place in 2011. I can't believe no one took a second to document any of this with video footage.
it's
Like I
always suspect, especially it's always the ones that have the most details and the craziest things happening
yeah,
that there's just no footage of,
like why is there no footage? And like it drives me crazy, especially
I mean, smartphones existed in 2011,
yeah,
like,
yeah, they did, yeah, they
I
really
mean, my first smartphone was the iPhone 5S, and that was in like 2013 or something like that. So,
yeah,
I
and that's
mean,
a yeah.
that's five. That's a 5S. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
I think it was a 5S.
why is there no video footage of this? And I just I struggle with that part of it. But Steven, so this happens, okay? So they go to they have this like exorcism and all this stuff, and it's like it's crazy, and they're like, ah, we need to get out of here and all this. They end up in the hospital, okay, from what I've read. I was reading this right before this, so if the location is there, I'm pretty sure this exact thing happened in a hospital though, because I know there were two medical people, like a nurse and like a medical examiner or something involved in this who were in the room at the time. And
Damn.
both made eyewitness like testimony, like left the testimony saying that this
You
happened.
would you would give a little bit more credit to someone in the medical field because they're definitely
Yes.
driven, more for like they're definitely skeptical people. They thrive in a scientific environment.
Yeah, and okay,
You
listen.
would think there'd be something.
Yeah, and is there a chance that one of them or both of them knew this family, and maybe I don't know. I haven't looked into like what sort of monetary gain this, because that's kind
Yeah,
of
because that's
where
the
I
next thing. Like, I mean,
fall apart,
anyone will
right?
sell out for money. I mean, like
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking would be like, if it's for some serious cheddar, I'm gonna say there's ghosts. So
I'm gonna say
like,
there's a ghost one. There is a ghost, for sure. He's,
well,
but
physics proves it. Okay, here's my theory. Like,
so Steven, dude, apparently they're watching, right? There's the mom, the grandma, and the other kids, and there are two people who work at the hospital, okay, who are unrelated as far as I could tell. Please, if you do find out more information, tell us in the comments. We need to know.
drop that sweet
Drop
info.
us, yes, please drop that sweet science. We're not trying to like share anything that's not true on this show. But according to the people who were there, from what I could find, there was a little boy, one of the children, um, started walking backwards in the room, walking, and walked backwards up the wall all the way to the ceiling, and then flipped down and stood there and was like smile, apparently or supposedly smiling maniacally the entire time.
Well, that's terrifying.
It's absolutely terrifying. Now, okay, because like when I first read it, I was like,
I
oh,
would have stone cold stunnered that kid right off the wall. The moment he was like halfway up the wall, I would have just went boom.
just, oh
Stone
my
Cold.
God,
I think it's called an RKO now because
dude.
I mean, actually, I think RKO is almost probably out. I think he's almost too old now. But anyways, I don't watch wrestling. It's a stunner for me, baby.
So good. No, dude, I can't even imagine. But I need to look up more about this thing, but this whole event. But what I learned, the reason, one of the reasons I want to talk about this, aside from the fact that like that part of it is fascinating to me because there were supposedly these two witnesses that were outside of the family completely, had nothing to do with them, and from what I've read, it took place in a location that they couldn't have controlled. It's not like they set up the
Mhm.
hospital room, as far as we know, or like the other people in the hospital would have access to that and be like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you setting up these ropes and lying? And like I don't. It's all very interesting. But Steven, they moved out, right? They move out of the house. They're
You
like,
say
screw
fuck
this.
this.
Yeah, screw this house. I'm going home to anywhere else. I'm gonna go live in a hotel. Would push the TV outside. We're never doing this again. Never bringing it up, right?
Never looking back.
Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures bought the house.
Oh, of course he did. He wants his ass touched. I mean, that's what he does.
He's like, someone has to get inside of me. Be a
Allegedly.
demon.
Sorry, I don't want to get sued by him.
I think we're fine as long as
I think he understands what I'm putting down. I think he
exactly
knows
he
what I'm
likes
talking.
to come on
I'm
the show
literally
and talk.
referencing Ghost Hunters. There was like one particular episode where he was convinced the ghost was grabbing his butt, and it was just hilarious to me.
But dude, He bought this house and he lived in it for a little bit and made a documentary about the whole interaction, like all of the stuff that happened in the house. I haven't watched it yet. It's called like Zach Bagans' like Demon House Adventures, and it's all about the, everything that happened in the house. I'm so excited to watch this. I'm going to watch it hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow, and I will return and talk to you about what actually
So we get
happens.
a part two next week.
So I'm excited about that. But anyway, I had to bring that up because it was like I just learned about it and I was like, oh God, this is like delicious stuff and I need to know more.
I don't know why I thought of this, but I figured I should share this because this is a pretty funny story. It's not necessarily ghost related, but it just may be like scary, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, do you have reoccurring nightmares where something like everyone has the one where you can't run fast enough,
Mine's usually my teeth
your
stuff.
teeth falling out and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
it's like teeth stuff. Last
Dude,
one was like holes in every single teeth, like tooth. It was
oh,
nuts.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
scary.
Yeah,
So
like right
my
directly in. Like just
dude, that's
yeah,
horrible.
it was horrible. Anyway, go on. I'm
That's
sorry.
horrible.
Yeah, yeah.
My thing has been lately, and what sucks about it is it's one of those dreams where you wake up
Yeah.
like in the dream. Like,
Oh.
okay, so this reoccurring dream is I basically wake up to sounds in the house
Okay.
and I'm responding to said sounds, okay?
Mhm.
And my strategy every time in the dream, because I'm big and I'm loud, my
Yeah.
strategy every time is to go out there with my booming voice, okay?
Yeah.
But in this reoccurring dream that happens to me probably at least once a month, I run out and I'm like,
Oh, just power.
that's
Oh,
what I sound like, okay?
yeah.
Bro, this is so funny to me. This happened like a month ago. So I'm having that dream and I wake up
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my God. And it's one of those things where it's a relief for me because I wake up
Yeah.
and in that dream I thought I had woken up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
already like, I'm like so relieved. I'm like, there's no one in the house. I'm not like barely yelling with my voice. I like have no voice in the dream. You know, that's the part that sucks. And Tina has a hard time sleeping sometimes. She's like, "Are you okay, baby? You were having a really rough time." I'm like, "Yeah, I was just having a really bad nightmare." And then I don't know what it was. I went back to sleep, but the next day I asked her. I was like, "So what did you hear on your end? Like, what was happening?" And she goes, "It was so weird. You were just laying there, and you were going." So like in the real world, I was making the sound in the dream that I couldn't like so she's just laying next to me, wide awake, watching like The Office probably, and she hears so she's hearing and like it's like the Tenacious D Pick and Destiny with like the Sasquatch scene where he's in the river, like when he's in the chocolate river. Like she's like, what's happening? And I'm just like, there's these monsters and creatures, and I'm like trying to roar at them, and I can't roar, and she's just seeing.
That's
It's,
amazing.
it's so. It was just such a funny
Just
like.
looking like that's our protector. That's
Yeah,
the
that's.
that's the man of the house.
But it was just so funny to find out that I was making the sound in
Yeah.
real life when I could, this is so, it was so funny to me.
Oh,
And anyways,
I
that's
love.
it's terrifying because
Yeah.
it's just scary. Now, one thing is to add to that,
Yeah.
the reason why like that I think that became a reoccurring nightmare actually is
Yeah.
because we rented, okay, and it actually made me feel pretty good because like I didn't realize how fast and quick I was, but we rented like an Airbnb up in Sarasota because Chasey just wanted to go. She wanted a little staycation slightly away from where we live. So we got this awesome house, but
Mhm.
it was also Tina's birthday that weekend too. It was, I think it was like last year or the year before.
Cool. Time to
So
slap
Tina's
some.
mom has this ritual where she like wishes Tina a happy birthday at like one something in the morning because that's when Tina was actually born. But she usually calls her. But since she rented the guest house with us, she decided she was gonna walk into the room. So I'm on high alert for some reason that night. Like I'm just feeling a little stressed. Like I'm like, like what's going on? It's not my house. I'm unfamiliar. And I'm hearing stirring, and I'm like, my mind's going a thousand different places. Like, is the person that owns this like creepy? Like, is he like
Oh
sneaking
no.
back into his Airbnb? Dude, so I heard our doorknob turn and I'm like, oh my, like, how scary because you get into your head thinking something's gonna happen. Like like all the time, you get into that mood at night and you're like, oh my God, somebody's gonna break in or something's gonna
Right.
happen. And then I finally saw the doorknob turning, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And dude,
Yeah,
I was out of that bed so fast with like the deepest, most powerful voice ever.
that's
Like, "What are you
amazing.
doing?" And it was Tina's mom behind the door. I'm like, "Oh my God, Jill, I am so sorry." She's like, "No, no, it's okay." I'm like, "I thought I was about to kill, so I thought I had
Yeah,
to kill someone. I was
yeah.
ready to."
You-
Someone was
I
coming into the
That's
room, and
amazing, dude. That must feel amazing. I
it
love
was
that
cool.
stuff.
It was cool to
Yeah,
experience it without having to actually have to do anything. You know, like
100.
I basically did have fast reaction,
Yep.
did have a scary voice, was imposing. You know, but
I love that. As someone who's like never tried to be like intimidating in life, and I don't want
hmm
to be like who
and I'm
wants
so
that
chill
life?
too. You know
Yeah.
me. I'm such
So
a kind
dude,
person. But
I've discovered I am very much the same exact person, Steven. Like I very like it's so
yeah,
funny. Carly has witnessed it on a few occasions where literally like I'll hear a sound and just like jump out of bed and I'm like, what just happened to my body? Like it's like
yeah.
the whole
It's like
fight or flight
it's
thing.
the ancient predator, and yeah, it's like
It's
yeah,
really interesting.
we come from a line of anxious, powerful, like our ancestry is that. That's what we were. I mean, we had defend against 1,000 things with our intelligence and like
Yeah.
anxiety. Basically,
Uh,
that's what.
in our anxiety, it's a superpower. No, it really is amazing like to feel those things. And I mean, it's really strange when you're in those situations and you just
hmm
have to act. I mean, like my most recent one was when, obviously Carly
hmm
got hurt and she passed out in my arms and I had to like do something. I was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Carry you
Yeah,
to
I mean, like those moments
everything's
when
okay."
those moments come, like it really is like you have to. Like
Yeah.
if you don't do something, something worse can happen. Like it's literally
Yeah.
just. And
It's the
I do thrive in that like high pressure situations where like I have to make quick
oh,
choices. Like I do actually do pretty well in those, but
it's so interesting. Like it reminds me of that scene in Inglourious Bastards where he's like, "You're gonna have to do this, and you're gonna have to make it over here so you can do this and kill these guys." And he's like, "Can you do it?" He's like, "I have to."
yeah,
He's like, "If I don't do that, like Hitler's not gonna die. So like I have to go do this thing. Like duh. Like it's my only option. Like so it's it's kind of relieving and like cathartic and
hmm
it feels really good to experience those things like learn those truths about yourself
hmm
so it's fun, it's neat. Very weird though, dude. I love that Tina got to hear your little whimper though. Oh,
Dude, I hate that. Why are those dreams even a thing? Like the running thing, it's a very similar one where you just can't run
oh,
fast enough. Like
it's
that was the same thing. Like I went to boom and I had no boom. It was
yeah,
just all
just
like silent.
yeah, it's our brain like working through our like subconscious insecurities
Like
and stuff.
worries, yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's all
I
that
saw
stuff. Oh, good.
someone recommends putting an Aztec death whistle on the side of your bed. So if someone breaks in, you just fucking you ever hear how scary those things sound? You
That's
just
really
blow
funny.
one of those like that.
Yeah.
If I was a criminal and I was in someone's house and I heard that crazy whatever that death whistle
Yeah.
thing does, like I'd be like, what the fuck? Is it
It's okay.
Predator? Like
Just set up. You don't actually need an alarm system. Just set up like a system of lights where it's like, you just like Alexa, code X, and then it's like the lights turn red. It just plays
it's
that
just
sound.
all the death whistles going off.
It's 10 hours of death whistle. Good luck. I always said if someone was breaking into my house, I would just also pretend to be breaking into the house. Like, oh no, 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 I called dibs. I called dibs on this stuff.
Dude, yeah, just have a ski mask on the side of your bed, like,
Yes,
bro,
just
you're here too?
you can't. What are the
All
odds?
right, bro, you get the guitars. I'm gonna get the comics though.
You keep all the stuff you need.
Yeah.
No, no, I already
No, not
called.
that guitar, bro. You can take this guitar though.
Just put it away. Oh my God, it's
The
awkwardly.
most confused burglary ever.
Oh man. Okay. I was going to say let's do a couple questions this week. I think we should save them for next week, and we'll just do like a big questions from the comments.
Accumulate some more questions. Yeah, we did good this week. We had things to talk about.
Yeah, so let's save our questions. If you have questions for us, make sure you ask them below. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this show and this colony and for supporting us and showing up for us week after week. Or if this is your first episode of this show ever, please let us know in the comments. I'm always so curious to see like if people are like, I watched this for the first time and I don't hate you guys. It would be nice. Or if you hate us, let us know. I don't know why you made it this
Like,
far.
listen, I hate you guys, but I wish you well in life.
I like
That's
that. I don't mind that,
it's not you can just say, hey, this tea isn't for me. I hope someone else picks it up and drinks it, but I'm not gonna drink it, but I hope you guys do well in life.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I like when people are like they
Mhm.
recognize what the intention of a thing is and that they're they're like, ah, this isn't for me, but I wouldn't take it from anybody. Like the
Mhm.
Paul Rudd of it all. But thank you all. Thank you for being a part of this. If you're interested in horror comedies filled with monsters and puns and just my silly words, please check out my book. It would mean a lot to me. So far, dude, it's done pretty well, and I'm like super excited. I have sold digital copy like pre-orders. I've sold 24.
That's amazing.
Really awesome. And then I've sold so far from what like I've seen, they don't show you everything, but I've sold 11 physical copies so far, which
We
is
got we
pretty
got to
awesome.
try to like coordinate with like anyone like I'm talking coordinate in the sense of like you or me or like we
Yeah.
just should try to get a few people to buy it all at the same time on Amazon to hopefully like
Good.
jump it
Oh,
just
yeah.
like quickly on the algorithm for a second
Yeah,
because
because
I know anyone that attempts to read it, if it's anything in their wheelhouse, they're gonna love it.
yeah,
So
dude, I hope so. I really do hope people like it. You know what sucks? Because of the nature of the cover, like it's such a silly, fun book, but since there's like gore on the cover, I can't run ads for it. So, like, since I can't run ads for it, it's harder to sell it.
do you
But
want me to like draw up an alternative cover for you?
I don't know how it works. Like, I'll look into it. I'll see if maybe we can do something where it's like I can put a different image up
Mm.
for the ad only. I don't, like I don't know. It drives me crazy. Like I
The
wish.
gore, and it's not even like crazy. I mean, it's gore, but it's very
It's like,
stylized
well,
gore.
it's stylized gore. It's like it's literally a painting that I mean, I have just hanging out behind me. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm hoping that anyone who does discover it, if you're discovering it here, I hope you like it. I actually let's just do a giveaway since this is the end of the episode, and like if you made it this far, like you're someone who
You're a true believer.
yeah, we're happy to give you a book. Since I've already done, hang on, let me see how many copies I have. Three. I think I have two more I can give away. Okay, so let's give away. We'll do two more. This is the last giveaway on the show for this book for the foreseeable future. We'll get into another one in the future though. Steven, what's the hashtag? Is it just table scraps? You want to do something special?
Hashtag. No, I'm just kidding. Hashtag table scraps is good though. You could put the hashtag who as like an
If
additional fun
yeah,
thing
if
though
you
for.
do the Who, I might put your name in there twice. I'm just saying. That's just a little special for me. But no, thank you all. Thank you for being a part of the show and like really supporting us and being a part of this colony. If you have any issues and you want to talk to us about them, or if you want to tell us some ghost stories, please comment below or
Oh
let us
yes,
know on
please do.
Twitter.
Please
That would
do.
really make our freaking lives. Steven, you want to say anything to people before we go?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in each and every week. We love and appreciate you guys so very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Steven, did we talk about what we're gonna do next week? I assume you're doing 2 pages.
I'm aiming for two, baby. We got D&D this weekend though, too, don't
Yeah, we
we?
do. We
And
have
I'm gonna go see the Taylor Swift movie at 2 o'clock that day.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky.
We'll just head straight to you, I think, afterwards anyway,
Okay.
or something because I know Lucas has to come later now because
Yeah.
he does work those Saturdays, but he gets off at like 6. We'll meet at your house afterwards.
Okay. So we're
I'll
gonna
I'll keep in touch.
we're gonna do D&D. You're gonna try to do 2 pages. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we'll see how much you get done. I'll color as much as I can. We'll see. I'm gonna do my best. I should be able to color some stuff this
I
week
think
though.
you only have 2 pages, but you do need to upload the flats for me, I think, or do you have a separate link?
It's probably a separate link. I'll
It's
send.
probably a separate link. I got you.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what we're doing this week. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know if you have any ghost stories. Let us know if you bought the book and what you think of it. And let us know if you made it this far in the show. We really appreciate you. But anyway, until next time, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next week.
Boom.
That was such a good one. It just,
I like literally thought about it while we were doing the like endings. I'm like, oh,
it made,
I remembered the ooh sound. I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect.
oh
That's
my
a
God.
perfect boom.
It made so much sense. I'm so excited to watch this freaking documentary, this Zach Baggins thing. So,
Dude,
Steven,
that sounds exciting.
I
He
can't wait.
seems like a fun. I mean, he is
I,
fun. The way he like does his energy is usually pretty good. It's a good
oh,
energy for a ghost
yeah, I
hunter,
mean,
you know.
the only thing that scares me about like him and people like that is they're like the Chris Angel of ghost
Absolutely.
hunters. You know what I mean? And, like, okay, like for instance, I know for a fact he. I don't know the whole story of what he experiences in the house, but I do know that he demolished the house, Stephen.
Why would he do that?
Okay, so here's the thing. He was like, apparently, he was like, this house is too dangerous to stay up, and like if anyone goes in here, they could blah 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 demons. Steven, I don't think demons just go away. If no, now I'm saying if there are demons, if there are evil spirits of some sort, right? They're not just gonna dissipate if the physical thing isn't there. That's their whole bag. That's their
Yeah.
whole
They
thing.
live in a demon version of that house, like in a spirit form.
Yeah, their whole thing is like, oh, I don't need this physical realm. I am a like whatever weird dimension they live in. So what I'm imagining, Stephen, is he created an invisible death trap, is what I'm imagining, right? Because it's still a plot of land that
Someone's
eventually,
just gonna walk through it and be like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, someone's gonna walk through and be like, oh, I am
I
now.
imagine like if you've watched enough Ghosts, the show Ghosts, I imagine it's like that. They just there's like a artificial spirit barrier on the property, and they can literally go anywhere on the property lines.
Oh man, why would, and also why are you taking their living room? What are you
Yeah,
doing? You buy their
that
house and
sucks.
I hope you're
That
getting.
feels like I don't. That feels like he doesn't want anyone else to
Yes.
profit from this or something,
Yeah.
or
Well,
like that's what it feels like.
it literally feels like, oh, well, now no one can disprove this, and it doesn't have to be like replicated in any way, and it's literally impossible for anyone to go in there and disprove me. I'm just gonna show this, and that's what I don't like about it. I don't like, he what he could have done was, and I can't wait to see the documentary and see like if he did any of these things. Maybe he invited people in and was like, hey, look, I'm gonna show you that this is replicated over and over, that this does ooze black tar or whatever it is, and like I am like someone is walking up the whatever it is. But I don't like the fact that like if he didn't do that, he basically created a situation in which no one can ever have those facts. No one can
Mm,
ever
it's
call
just
him on
gone.
his Chris Angel of it all, and he can just lie and do whatever he wants. Like, I mean, I could right now like make like do some like special effects and make ghosts go through the house and be like, "Oh my God, there are ghosts!" and film it, and then like destroy the house, and then just be like, "I there's no way you're ever gonna know."
Hmm.
Oh no, and I don't.
It does feels weird. Like, why would he destroy something like that?
Yeah, why not just
Especially, if anything, I think it lends more into the fact that there's nothing going on there. Because if he was a ghost hunter and he actually found a house that was truly haunted,
yeah? Wouldn't
he could
he?
make so much money by like doing tours and things like that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying? Like, there's
yeah,
obviously some lack of credibility there.
I wonder. I mean, it might just be the perpetual income of him being like, "Well, I made this documentary, and eventually I'm gonna write these 3 books, and I'm gonna license out the rights to this, and I'm gonna do this because I'm the only one who has evidence of this." Because but it drives me crazy. I just don't understand. Like, that's why I want to watch the documentary, though. I want to know. I don't want to just like I'm conjecturing now.
Maybe Zach officially became a ghost hunter though. Like maybe he like literally destroys like maybe
Steven,
he's figured out maybe he's found some
what
ancient
if
text where it's like you destroy the walls a certain way,
that's
you
true? That's
unbind all the spirits. Maybe he's killing ghosts now.
Steven, one. That's a good theory. I'm not just. But here's an alternate theory. What if he was possessed?
Oh
And the
damn.
only way to escape the location that the ghost spirit is trapped within is to destroy it.
Just
So
like
what if he was possessed, but he realized he couldn't leave the house, and he was like, what do I do?" And he destroyed it. Now he's like, haha, I now have the Baggins body. I can adventure elsewhere. So now he's literally a ghost on an adventure. Ghost adventures.
ghost adventures. I see